It is the Riot Podcast. Good day. Welcome to another week.
Yep, you ready?
It's the start. It's the start of something.
Last week was so busy, and mostly because we had Nightbird come in from America's Got Talent, and like both those, the video of when she came in on all of our social media platforms has just gone so crazy.
Yeah.
That I feel like last week was so exhausting, just with so much social media around it, that I was like, oh, well, this week will be a little calmer. Like, I doubt our after show will get as many.
Yeah, our food fights that we do.
It seems like the video's picking up even more. So, like, it's going to be another big week.
And you know, the video is going to come back around the next time Nightbird is on.
I know.
That will be nice.
It's just how it always is. But we are supposed to be doing an after show this week. So before you listen to the podcast, if you don't mind pulling up RadioU Riot on Facebook or YouTube, subscribe, and then most importantly, get the notifications. So that way we are live doing something extra special. You'll get notified on Facebook or YouTube.
Yep. And if you follow on Twitter, you'll be able to catch it shortly afterwards, where we'll post the link. But you won't be able to join us live to be a part of it in the moment.
Don't feel bad, but we'll do that this week. So we're looking forward to it.
Yes. So coming up in the podcast, we close it out. I'll start with the end and work our way backwards.
Okay.
With the mystery of Chris's coffee mug. We're still trying to solve that one. So if you go on the RadioU social media that we were just mentioning, you may see a picture of the poster that Chris has put up. So maybe you can be on the lookout for the mug also.
If anybody finds it like on eBay or Amazon or something like that.
Or the Goodwill.
Yeah. Actually, you're quite right on that.
Yep.
Let me know, because it would be nice if we could present him with another one, but I just haven't ever seen one sold.
No. As soon as this podcast and the picture drops and everything, Chris is just going to get all these coffee mugs in the mail.
It's like, no, he really just wants the Bear Christmas one. So
let's see. What else did we get to? Well, we talk about people generally seeming to want to waste money. Well, I mean, it's not.
It's their money to spend.
Well, it was a guy who paid a skywriter for a marriage proposal.
Yeah.
Which that's a decent use of money, but he also had to tack on a attack on Joe Rogan in the skywriting, and that's where you start to wonder how much of the money that he spent
was for that
part.
Well, let me tell you, over the weekend when it was all trending, I saw nothing about the marriage proposal. They were writing articles about just the Joe Rogan stuff being 5'3", nothing about the other skywriting.
Maybe now his fiance is going to be mad that she's getting overshadowed by Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
Sheesh. And we also talk about how there's a petition, and this was funny. It was in the news, and we like, if it's in the news, we can talk about it. It was on the news for less than 4,000 signatures
on a change petition,
on a change.org petition, and it's for Jeff Bezos to eat the Mona Lisa. But
buy it.
Right, buy it first, then eat it.
And then eat it.
And that was enough for Fox News to report on it, so it's enough for us to talk about Fox News reporting on it, even though 4,000 signatures is hardly newsworthy.
Wow. You're welcome for us bringing to you all this stuff.
Yes. And we also get to, let's see, your new YouTube channel you've been watching.
Yeah, here it is.
It's worse than you think. and my Wal-Mart freakout that I got to experience, although it wasn't me freaking out.
Hopefully you enjoy the podcast. Thank you guys for listening. Listen to the whole thing. And as always, please say hi, or if there's something you want us to cover in tomorrow's podcast, text 877 to RadioU and let us know what we should cover.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. Enjoy.
Bye.
We'll catch you next time.
If you've ever asked yourself, just how bad can it get? We've got your answer right here. Worst of the Riot, RadioU.
Right at the beginning of the weekend, we saw this story come out that a lobster diver in Cape Cod, he's been doing it for 40 years. He got swallowed by a whale and survived.
So he's 56 years old, says that he got swallowed up and was there and thought he got like eaten by a shark.
Yeah.
And then he said, no, it's a whale, because there was like, no teeth.
Right. He didn't get chomped up. Mm-hmm. He actually had no major injuries. And so he's like, well, it went black for a few seconds, 30 seconds, 45 seconds. I must have been swallowed by a whale.
Yeah. And then he was out, and his coworkers took him to the hospital, where they said he had like just a little bruising and soft tissue damage. But now there's the stories going on because this was sent to us by a lot of you guys. This is right up the show's alley.
Yep.
But then doctors and other fishermen are saying really it was kind of maybe impossible for him to actually be swallowed by a whale or just like in the holding part of the whale without having more damage than he had done to him.
Right, because they're saying the first doctor at a Cape Cod hospital, I don't think this is the doctor that treated him because that'd be kind of...
But I trust one if they're in Cape Cod.
Of course, they would know. they would know about whales. And he said he should have experienced hearing loss because of the change in water pressure.
Yeah.
So that's hole number one in the story. And, it's just the kind of thing you can't prove. We don't know, but... I don't know. At the same time, I'd like to see one of those doctors be swallowed by a whale. Maybe they'd have a different story. Yeah.
Well, I feel like you can't trust anybody who blows up like news-wise nowadays.
Right.
But like, why would he lie unless he just wanted to get out of something or...
But it was headed into the weekend, so what does he want, a long weekend? He didn't suffer any injuries.
I don't know, and it doesn't make sense for him to want to get all the attention because when people start paying attention to you, then the holes in the story start developing.
That's right.
So he has yet to really release a statement concerning the lying question of it. But for now, he's still, everybody else is still wondering if he was telling the truth or not.
Maybe he's thinking what we're thinking. Nobody can prove that it didn't happen. You can't prove. You can say it didn't happen. You can say it seems unlikely, but he's like, man, I mean, I don't know if he started a GoFundMe for his hospital bills or anything, but maybe he's just like, oh man, I'm in a tight spot.
Not sure.
And I need a way to get, pay back the mob or whatever. I know.
Now
I'm a lobster diver.
Now you're really taking it far.
I'm in the water. Nobody can see. I'll just go bang my head on a rock or whatever and say I got swallowed by a whale. It'll be a big story. Start a GoFundMe. Pay for my hospital bills.
They said he reportedly said he ascended from like 45 feet down in 20 to 40 seconds. And so then they said he really would have had trauma with his hearing.
Yeah.
That would have really been the first thing. They suggested that if someone had an encounter, a whale of a tale, that he would have suffered serious injuries from the hearing loss and just being jostled around and stuff. But he was released from the hospital a few hours after he checked in. No broken bones, just a few soft tissue damage, and that's it. No other word from him.
I don't remember Geppetto and Pinocchio having hearing loss in the Pinocchio movie.
Maybe they didn't really.
It wasn't that wasn't accurate. That wasn't an accurate movie.
I don't think it was.
Oh man!
But again, you just like, come on, dude, don't be lying. Don't bring the whales into this. Now we got to be afraid of a whale eating you.
What if this is the most reasonable explanation? He's not lying.
He lied.
But he thinks he got swallowed by a whale. He really wasn't. Isn't that not the most reasonable? He thinks he was swallowed by a whale.
Then I don't know what he was eating, drinking, or doing where he thought that, but...
That's true. I don't know. It's something in his system, I guess.
Hudson and Nikki, the worst of the Riot podcast.
I said I had an embarrassing story from over the weekend. I don't even know if it's as embarrassing as it is just another item that will make you question my mental health and if I might need some kind of help.
Well, let's just be the judge and see what you did.
All right.
How bad is it?
I get home from work on Friday and I'm trying to unlock the house, the door to my house, and my key's not working. I tried in both the locks because I have two locks, but they're the same key. And it doesn't work in either one. The dog's behind the door freaking out because she hears somebody at the door and whatever.
And she can't open the door for you?
No, she can't.
So, then you need to train her better.
Fortunately, my wife finally comes and lets me in and whatever. And I'm like, I kind of thought she was playing a prank on me. I thought she was like holding the doors locked. She wasn't, but then I had made a big deal out of it. So I was like, if you weren't doing it, then my key must be messed up. And I started looking at it. It looked a little bent and whatever. So I'm going to need to get a new key. So I do. I go get a new key. I don't know if you can see Nikki. Well, it's on here. One of these millions of keys.
It'll be the nicest, newest
It's the nice new, and it's a universe key.
Oh, you spent big money on it.
Yeah. Well, it was buy two, get one free. And I thought... the next time I need a new key, I'll probably have forgotten that I made extra ones, so it won't help me at all, but maybe. So I get the space key and whatever.
Well, this all sounds perfectly normal. It's sad, but normal.
Until, right. It's kind of sad that this would be a story.
But I mean, who hasn't had trouble with keys?
Here's where it gets bad, though. I get home, and again, my wife is around for this whole thing. I put the key on my key ring, and that's when I realized that recently I was cleaning out a drawer. I found another set of keys that I thought maybe, like, one of them is from my parents' house.
Sure.
I know, it's just spare keys, and I was like, I just went to my parents' house. I should put these on so that I don't forget, so I have them for the next time, right? And then that was the key I was trying to use to unlock.
You were using your wrong one?
I was using the wrong one.
Did you tell your parents you got extra keys to their place now? You're like, hey, guys.
No, so
was
I bought the key in vain, but I really feel that the sad part is, so I'm sitting there putting the keys on, and I realized this, and I didn't tell my wife, and I haven't told my wife.
Don't. Just let her think something
so
was wrong.
This is how we will find out if she actually listens ever. Is she starts making
knows?
She would never let me live it down, so I cannot tell her.
So you had the wrong whole set of keys, or you were just picking the wrong keys?
No, I had the right keys. I had the right keys, but I had extra keys on my ring that I forgot about, and but it happened to be close enough to my house key that it was still working enough to get into the door. It just wouldn't, and it is slightly bent somehow. So
now I think you rent, right? But we could put a keypad on the door so you can just deal with numbers, and then when you move out, you just take it with you.
Yep, and I'll never have to know.
You're just not meant to have keys anymore.
Yeah, I don't know. Or maybe I really need some help in problem solving because I didn't even. There's a million. I mean, there's a lot of keys on here, right? So maybe I needed to try more than one.
Well, first off, there's not a lot of keys. Like, there's a lot of bigger things. I think you notice what they are. But as far as keys are, there's not as many as I thought there would be to have this problem.
Yeah.
But at least you problem solved by getting some extra copies of your parents' keys.
I mean, it's not the worst. No, I got the right copy of the key. I guess that would be funnier if I copied my parents' keys and then realized I bought the wrong key entirely.
The wrong ones.
No,
You've just been trying
I was using the wrong key and bought the right key under false pretenses.
Well, now you have a nice new space key. It looks
That's
lovely.
right. At least it's an upgrade. It looks nice.
And I feel like if you get keys that have, like it's like the wrap around it, so it has a design, then that helps you remember what the key's for.
I won't have this problem again.
In case you're wondering, yes, we do get complaints.
They have gone too far. This time, they are going to be held accountable.
You're listening to The Riot on Radio U.
We came up with I think a brilliant plan to try to get a day off.
Yeah, because we came to the realization on Friday that between Memorial Day and Labor Day, there are no scheduled days off because July 4th falls on a Sunday. I'm sorry to tell this to everyone because I'm sure there's other people out there
just
realizing it as well, and and that's some bad information to get on a Monday.
Now, it doesn't mean that maybe your place is not, because they put that Monday after, so July 5th
some places may do that for you.
But you know they're not doing it this year. They're like, no, you're coming to work.
Right.
Thank you.
You had a whole year off, okay? You can come in on a Monday.
But there is something else that maybe you guys could just jump off of.
Right.
And it could possibly work for us.
That's what we're working with Canada Day.
Because Thursday, July 1st is Canada Day.
Yep.
Hudson's Canadian. Therefore, the show has more Canadian roots than we used to. So maybe we get that day off.
So the choices are either really make a hard push for taking Canada Day off and getting still paid, or I
see what you did there.
A big Canada Day celebration instead, where we, I don't know, have Canadian guests.
We'd have to find some more.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if any Canadian bands Radio U plays at the moment.
Gosh, for a while there was like all of them.
Yeah, it used to be a big thing.
And then they just all stopped. I mean, they're still around, but...
We can also, it's a Thursday. We'll tie it in with a throwback channel. It could be Throwback Thursday Canada Day.
We could.
And we'll just interview all of the Canadian throwback bands.
I guess the most recent would be Manifest, but then I think...
we still play Manifest.
I thought he moved here or moved back to Canada. I'm not sure where he's actually still at.
I remember you interviewing him during the pandemic, and he was stuck in Canada, and he couldn't get to Nashville,
and he
where
wanted
he wanted
out.
to be. Yeah, he doesn't
out.
like it in Canada, I don't think.
Because above him him was the American flag.
That's right.
And we're just like, dude, you're Canadian. Where's your
come
flag?
on, man.
But he wants to come in.
I didn't see a lot of Canadian pride from him, so he might not be the best choice
Maybe not.
for a Canada Day interview.
So I guess we got to start working on if we want Thursday, July 1st off for Canada Day.
Yeah.
Or if we can somehow just make it, more international and we can take that Thursday, that Friday, and Monday still off.
Ooh, yeah. I'm still on for that.
I don't know how we're doing that, but we're going to have to bring, everybody Google what comes up on the 2nd.
Flag Day is around that time, is not?
It?
Pretty sure. Pretty sure
see.
Flag Day.
Should we ask Manifest? Flag
Well,
Day.
he would know, right, because he has the big flag.
Because he has that. Let's see. Flag Day. Why doesn't it just say it?
Yeah,
like anytime
really.
you go. Oh, June 14th.
Oh,
it is
okay.
today, Hudson.
What? No, it is not.
Stop
No, it is not.
It's today. What's the choice? What is that? It's today.
Then how come we don't have today off?
I don't know.
To celebrate
we're
our
not
wonderful
flags.
flag. No,
We're not a flag. Why do we get the day off?
But why do we get...
It's today. That's why it wasn't showing me. Because it's today.
You would think it would make it easier for it to show you.
All right,
Everybody, how come the Google Doodle isn't a flag for Flag Day?
I think it probably is. All right. Well, we're going to have to just keep working on it. We have a few weeks.
It doesn't have to be Canada Day. Although, no, I need to say that. If we want to get it off, I need to say that, listen, this is a part of my heritage.
You do.
And I will not rest until I get to rest on Canada Day.
I'm not going to judge you, but I really need you to have a fit.
Yeah,
is
we
that
need
okay?
to really go crazy about this
Yes,
one.
I do.
You can back me up, say no.
I will.
Like Hudson, all he talks about is Canada. It's very important to him, and
It's his history, and we want to support Hudson. He's new with the show, and this is really a chance for us to embrace his culture and all that stuff, and just give us the day off.
I think by that point we could get into Canada. So maybe we could make it. We're not off, but we get like a vacation /
Well, now
filming
we're
break.
Now we're adding work to it.
Well, don't you want to go to Niagara Falls
No,
or
we might as well
go
just
see
stay here.
the Rocky Mountains? Go
Nope.
visit Banff
Nope.
on the company's dollar? No,
Well, actually, that does sound
sounds
nice,
good,
but
doesn't it?
That's just more fundraiser, and we don't do that.
No, we don't.
But happy Flag Day, everybody.
We've got an archive of everything stupid the Riot has ever said at your fingertips. This is the worst of the Riot podcast.
That scream sounds about appropriate for what I experienced at Walmart over the weekend.
Oh, you're a part of a public freakout.
Yeah, I've always kind of
Aw.
wanted to witness one that I really got to. I do wish that I would have filmed this. It was this guy. He was at the customer service. I was waiting in line at customer service at Walmart. This guy was ahead of me. And he had a big cardboard tube of, I don't know, it's something he bought online. That was the issue. He had bought it from Walmart.com. And he wanted to return it, but he bought it from Walmart.com. And Walmart.com, I don't know if you know this, Nikki, Walmart.com and Walmart in store is not the same.
It's
Just because they
not?
have the same name, you might as well... There's nothing you can do
So it's
to
not
convince
like-
the Walmart employees, which again, I mean, they're just doing what the corporate overlords tell them, but they're two different entities almost entirely.
So you can't just return it to the store?
No,
even if
you can't.
Oh, I never knew that.
No, well, good. I'm saving you a bunch of issues probably.
I don't want to have a freak out moment. I
No,
probably
this guy
would've.
was not. He was not happy. And it was one of those things where I felt for the guy because I totally understand his frustration because he is right. If you buy it at Walmart.com, you should be able to return it to Walmart in person and not have to go through any other hoops than that. And that is not the case. But you also felt for the employees because they're just doing their job. They're just following the policies.
Did he start
it's not
screaming?
their fault. Yeah, he was getting really upset. He was really getting up in arms over it.
Oh, man, that's the worst. It's embarrassing, too, when they're like your grandparents' age and stuff, where you're like, what are you doing?
Yep.
Like, I know why you're doing it, but what are you doing?
Because the funny thing about it was, at the end of the day, I totally get it. I would never have a public freak out moment unless I actually.
As far as you know.
Right. I may snap one day, but regular Hudson won't do it because I can't handle confrontation at all.
Sure.
So that's really not in me. But I was very sympathetic to him because, again, he was right. You should be able to just return it. But then you also think, he he had this the receipt, the piece of paper that he had printed out,
and it doesn't
he
matter.
would like start to walk away, and he's like, "It says right here, Walmart.com. You can order it. You can return it in store or by printing out a label at Walmart or blah blah blah."
Why can't you then?
Because they kept saying, "But that's only for items that are sold by Walmart. If it's sold, because Walmart now
they can use
is
another
just
seller,
like Amazon, where you have these sellers from who knows where." And doing their own thing, and it's just on Walmart.com.
It makes sense, but I could tell. Yeah, I could feel the frustration. I'm not even the guy.
Right. And there was one more thing that was funny about it. He didn't cry. He
scream.
He did raise his voice, and he was like, he kept starting to walk away, and then again he like just kept thinking, "Wait, I found a hole in their story. I'm going to convince him now."
Aww.
And the employees did a very good job of staying calm.
That's good.
And without punching back at him. But man, I felt bad for everybody involved, because the employees don't want to have to deal with that, and he's probably not the first guy that they've had to explain that to.
Oh, sure. I'm surprised there's not more signs up saying, hey, if you're in here to return from the website, don't do it.
Is that what you're surprised by? Or are you surprised that Walmart just doesn't take returns from their own website?
A little surprised at that one.
Yeah.
They're big enough and they make enough money. You just, like with Amazon, they let some things slide.
Right. Well, with Amazon, that's what I was thinking, because they kept saying, well, you can just take it to UPS, print out the label, and take it to UPS, which is the same thing you would do for Amazon. Or you could take it to Kohl's, I know. I think Amazon has several places. They have the lockers. Amazon has several options, and Walmart is the one being obtuse, where they have a ready-made place where you could take it and go and return it. Well, but no, they don't want you to do that.
Hey, I don't want you to get upset.
I'm starting to have a freak out, aren't I?
Upset.
Where do you go when you need someone to listen to your problems and give you a big hug? Not here. Obviously, this is The Riot on Radio U.
All right. We need to know, Nikki.
You ready?
We've been waiting to find out, what is it that you have been watching on YouTube all of a sudden?
I feel like it needs to become a segment. Because this is not just me. Body cam footage we've watched, like with police officers.
Yep, started with that.
I've watched recently mowing channels where they like go and mow these overgrown yards. So that's something.
That's a new show coming to HGTV.
It might as well be.
Yep.
I've watched.
They got time to fill.
Car detailing videos. I went a span with that.
Okay. I didn't know about that one.
That one's there.
What? They're just like vacuuming the carpets?
Well, they run a detailing thing, and so people will bring their cars in. Basically, if it's something filthy, like everybody's just got a mess, and they clean it out, I'll watch it. Because we watch hoarders, there's really no difference.
That is a big difference between. That's another level of cleaning to. Just detailing cars. A car can only get so dirty on the inside.
You'd be surprised.
Yes, I would.
Falls under the same level.
Okay.
All right. So I got caught up this weekend watching rug cleaning channels.
What?
It's so fascinating.
Steam cleaning?
Yes, it was.
You're basically watching an infomercial, Nikki.
I'm watching cleaning, which is something that deep down must be like, just I don't want anything dirty. But
I think that's like it's a mental thing with you.
There's something there, but it was basically this. I think it's a Russian channel, and this guy just cleans.
So he's not. Does he speak English?
He does, but it's got Russian all over it.
Does he? Like have a big personality at least?
No, it's really there's like no words. It's just the cleaning. But basically it's these, and to me I'm like, well, why wouldn't you just buy a new rug, right? Like in the world of IKEA and Costco and Amazon Basics, like there's rugs to be had for
maybe not
cheap.
In Russia there isn't.
Not apparently, and these are maybe the more expensive ones, that, like the Oriental sort of rugs.
Finely woven.
These are things that I would have been like, well, we're just throwing it away. But they're keeping it.
It's hard to throw away a rug. They're very big.
When you watch the from smoking, like the nicotine come out.
Oh, yeah, that would be bad.
You're hooked. Because you're like, you can't save this rug. It's too dirty.
He's the rug magician.
It is. And then he spends, each video is like 22, 30 minutes long.
Oh my gosh. How many episodes did you watch?
I don't want to talk about that. But then at the end, he puts us in this machine that like spins it and gets all the water out. And you see the water pour out the other side. Oh my gosh. So I totally got into the rug cleaning channels on YouTube.
Right. Seriously, how long did you spend watching rug cleaning this weekend?
I don't know. Between Friday, Saturday, and last night, maybe a couple hours.
What?
Well, I mean, there's a lot of videos.
Hours.
And I was just falling asleep.
Think of all the other things you could have been watching or doing.
I know. I told Hudson, like, before he knew what I was watching, I said, I don't want network TV companies and, like, streaming services to find out. Like, instead of watching this item that they spent millions and millions and millions on, they're like, what did she watch? She watched rug cleaning.
Nikki is too good for young Sheldon and the NASCAR races.
Well, I'm never watching that anyway.
No, but that's what network TV is putting on, and instead you think, I'm not watching that. I'm watching exciting sports action or big budget movies. Just give me a rug and a steam cleaner,
or
and I'm happy.
Mowing.
Someone mowing.
And someone cleaning like something terrible.
Anything repetitive and tedious.
I'm watching
and
it.
Nikki's in.
So that was it. I just want to let you guys know that that's where I'm at now.
Well, we were kind of hoping on like an update on what you thought of the first episode of Loki or anything like that.
I haven't watched it yet. Nope.
But we got your rug cleaning update.
That was it.
We'll have to keep us posted.
Ooh, this one sounds good. Tyler said I should check out magnet fishing on YouTube.
Oh, I've seen that.
Oh, that sounds like that would be fun.
You haven't seen those TikToks?
I've seen a couple, but I mean that's all over YouTube
but
too.
Does that count as cleaning? Is that repetitive and tedious enough for you? Or
I think that'll do.
Yeah, that'll work.
It's just where I'm at, Hudson.
Yeah.
That's just who I am.
Do you know there's too much excitement in all of the rest of your life, and sometimes you just need to really unwind with some rug cleaning.
Basically, something that calms me down is when someone else is organizing or cleaning. Yeah. I really like to be a part of that.
But you don't why don't you just do it yourself?
Well, I am. I'm pretty organized.
So you've accomplished all of the organizing and cleaning in your house.
I can't do anymore.
You need to move on to watching other people do.
Yes, I do.
The Riot has now been downloaded. I hope you installed some antivirus. This is the worst of the Riot podcast.
Well, summer's here, and now that the cicadas maybe are starting to hopefully die away, it's good to get outside.
I don't know. It might be waiting a few more weeks until they die out, and then you can go out and grill.
Or you could get out there and grab a few before they're gone and get out and grill them.
Yeah, that's also something.
It's an option.
Reynolds is not. That's not what they're promoting.
Maybe not. They are offering to pay somebody $10,000 to become a novice griller for them. In the past, apparently, what they've done is they'll pay they'll find somebody who they call is a grill master.
Yeah,
they can get out there and be a brand ambassador to show people how to grill. But in this case, this year, they want somebody who is a novice griller that has had some grill fails that they can teach how to become a pro.
So they've been more realistic for this summer?
Right. That's what they're looking at this time around. Trying to take somebody and what are like, like the makeover movies and makeover shows from drab to fab. But with grilling.
I'm so glad you knew that.
Yeah. So is that a real thing?
It probably is.
It sounds like something they would say on a makeover show.
It feels like TLC-ish.
Yeah, drab to fab.
So basically, they're offering a summer job that'll give you $10,000 if you want to learn how to grill with Reynolds. And that's like, the foil, the Reynolds wrap people.
Right.
So they want you to test products and recipes and kind of just be their fun social media
You have to document
person.
Your journey to becoming a grill master. So by the end of it all, you will be a grill master is what they're expecting. But I like how they're trying to get people to apply by showcasing their hashtag grill fail on social media. And so I picture with $10,000 up for grabs that you could use on grilling, I picture a bunch of dads at a real crossroads where they don't want to try to fake a grill fail or admit a grill fail, but they really want to be out there grilling.
Well, you can do two things. You can do hashtag grill fail or if you just have your most grill intimidated pose.
Okay.
So I don't think you actually have to show a fail.
Yeah.
But if you're just, sad face over your grill.
You're holding a
and
spatula and one of those little fork thingies that they use, and you're like, scared, holding them up.
So that you can do. And then you send in a story behind your grill fail or why you deserve the coveted title. It has to be limited to 250 words. You have to be 18 or older, and it's got to be in the United States.
You know what I'm doing this weekend?
You're going to fail?
I'm not going to even try to enter this, but what I do need to do is set up my grill, and I'm comfortable with cooking from a grill.
Yeah.
But I don't know how to set the one I have up with a propane tank.
Oh, no. Well, I'll just watch a couple YouTube videos.
Yeah.
I'm sure you'll be fine.
My dad's going to be in town, and he should know. He should know. I don't even know. I know I see propane tanks like locked up at convenience stores and stuff, but I don't know how. Like, what do you have to go in and talk to like the Shell clerk and be like, "Hey, buddy."
I think they unlock them, or you can go to just so you don't have one to fill up already.
No. I need a new one.
You need to buy one?
Yeah.
Well, then, you have to go to a store.
Yeah.
They're going to just raise the prices because they know Hudson's coming.
Yep.
The Riot. Just because it's bad doesn't mean it's not good. Wait, isn't that exactly what it means? It's The Riot on Radio U.
Feel like for the past week or so, we've been seeing a lot of stories popping up about the new Indiana Jones movie that they are working on. Indiana Jones 5.
I've been seeing more trending about people who've been fighting over which Indiana Jones movie is the worst. And they're like, oh, wait, because what was the Crystal Skull one?
Oh, yeah, that one was bad.
Well, everybody keeps saying, I think there was one before that, and they're like, oh, that's the worst. And then they were trending how it's like, did anybody else forget that one?
I'm trying to think if I can even... I know the Crystal Skull one because I saw it at the drive-in movies. And it was not good. Really not good.
What's the one before that one?
Let's see. There's Raiders of the Lost Ark.
We don't actually have to figure
There's
out.
Temple of Doom, and there's another one. And I have problems like differentiating. I know Raiders of the Lost Ark, the guy's face melts and stuff.
Oh,
but
yeah, okay.
That one, and that's a popular like meme
I
and
remember
stuff.
growing up with watching that. Someone was like, no, you can't watch that part.
Yeah,
Your face
right.
can melt
Your
off
face
too.
will melt, yeah. Don't look at the screen at the wrong time.
Totally.
Well, I think the Temple of Doom is the one where he removes a guy's heart. Spoiler alert. These movies are like 40 years old.
Sure.
So,
Well, I can't remember that past all the Mortal Kombat like heart ripping out, so I can't place
and
it.
then there's another one that I can't recall. Is there? I mean, it's Indiana Jones 5, but there is another movie, right? There was another like older one.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Well,
is it just called Indiana Jones?
Well, the problem is, let's focus on the other problem. With the new one that they're filming in Northumberland, which sounds so amazingly picturesque. But Harrison Ford's there, and he's a part of the filming for the new latest Indiana Jones movie. Now, he is, I guess, 78 years old.
Yes. He's been around since the first Indiana Jones, and like I said, that was probably at least 40 years ago.
They are trying to make it seem like he's still in this.
Yeah.
in this movie, and he's doing well because there's a lot of articles coming out about how well health-wise he's doing while filming this shooting schedule for the new Indiana Jones movie. And Hudson and I are not sure that we're believing all this, but I guess if they want to say it.
They're trumping it up as he cycles 40 miles a day,
each
they're
day.
saying.
Yeah.
There's no way he's doing that every day.
They're saying he gets 6 hours of sleep. He shoots an 11-hour filming schedule. And then in order
and goes on walks also.
Goes on walks.
That's his workout.
40 miles bicycling. And so it's not like he's doing a spin class. I mean, it's just... Maybe it's a motorized bike.
It looks
Maybe
like
it's a motorcycle.
That's right. It's an e-bike.
It's an e-bike.
Right?
And then he's back on the set at 6 o'clock to film.
Well, this can't be from the same time, but there is a video embedded in the story that's him going for a bike ride in Santa Monica.
Well, maybe he likes it then.
But that's in an entirely different country.
They're saying the
maybe he's always been biking this much.
The exercise and work that he does is punishment for a man half his age.
Yeah.
And it's real dedication.
I'm nowhere near 78, and 6 hours of sleep and going on walks sounds...
Wait, we're not that old.
No.
We don't sleep that much.
No.
And we don't take any walks.
No.
And we're not filming anything.
Yeah.
So we don't do anything he's doing.
No, we're not even close. So yeah, at first you're like, one, you don't believe it, and two, is it really that impressive even if he is 78?
Maybe.
And then you think, yeah, because we're not doing any of these things. We probably shouldn't be so hard on him.
So apparently he uses for his cycles that he uses, so like his bikes, I still think it might be motorcycle, but they're saying he reportedly uses a road racing bike And for that, the one he uses is over $16,000.
Whoa. So
I
it
don't
should have
know
a motor for that.
Yeah, like it's got to have something.
Wow.
So he's doing it better than what we'll do today.
Yeah, he's putting us to shame, and hopefully Indiana Jones 5 won't be the worst out of the 5 movies.
I feel like I've given up on watching.
Yeah, I can't believe after the Crystal Skull that they made another one, especially it didn't seem to go over well. It wasn't reviewed well. And I believe they were trying to set up, if I remember right, to make like Shia LaBeouf the successor to Indiana Jones. And it really seems like that didn't happen.
Well, that might be
on him. Like it can't really happen. Yeah.
That might be on him.
Right. But there was a long time frame where they could have made that happen and they never did. So now what is he going to have, a new son that he didn't know about now or something?
I don't know. I'm still afraid my face will melt off if I watch any of this stuff. So that's a pass.
Yeah, that's a good point.
We would say rate and review the podcast. But let's be honest, that would probably hurt more than help. The worst of the Riot podcast.
How many signatures would you say a petition on change.org needs to get to become newsworthy?
You know, I would think it needs to be like hundreds of thousands.
Hundreds of thousands?
But I know we've heard some where like, here we've had 10,000 and that doesn't feel like enough to me.
No, well, we're not even at that point with this one. But it was in the news and it's just it's like, why did it get picked up by the news? But of course, getting picked up by the news begets signatures.
More signatures.
So now but still, even with that being said, it's not nowhere near 10,000. This is a petition for Jeff Bezos to buy and eat the Mona Lisa.
Well, why not?
What?
Yeah, why
sure.
not?
He's rich enough. He can do what he wants to do.
But what did the Mona Lisa do?
Yeah.
Why does he have to eat it? Can't he just buy it?
Yeah, but what's the fun of that?
I guess you have to add something to it. Currently, the Mona Lisa is owned by the French government, so it's not like it's on sale right now. But if he had enough money, would he?
He certainly does. The French government can name their price on it, and he would pay it. But this is the weird thing. So it's a change.org petition. It was started over a year ago.
Yeah. As a joke.
The description reads, "Nobody has eaten the Mona Lisa, and we feel Jeff Bezos needs to take a stand and make this happen." It was started over a year ago. For some reason, this weekend, this is an article on a real news site. Maybe some will disagree, but it's foxnews.com. That's pretty.
I like this person's response was gobble de Lisa.
Gobble de Lisa.
Like that right there will get more traction.
And now it is up to 4,000 signatures, 4,069 as we speak.
That's nowhere near enough.
Why is this on the news? Why did Fox News do this?
Listen, sometimes you have to have a section where it's still probably about government stuff, and it's about him, and it's about money, and it's art. So it covers everything.
Yeah, and you just have the Jeff Bezos news quota you have to fill because you know that it will get clicks.
Yeah.
So this person that wrote the story was just like, got to find something about Jeff Bezos. They happened to come across this. I also saw that he's taking his space flight with Blue Origin. I think it's next month. And an anonymous bidder just spent $28 million to be a guest on that flight.
Okay. All right. So I know we were just talking about the guy who did the skywriting for $17,000 and now we're talking like $28 million and buying the Mona Lisa.
Yep.
Where is all the money coming from for all this stuff? And why is it not coming to us?
It's coming from tax loopholes. I think that's what it is.
Like I love hearing all these large amounts of money for sometimes the most ridiculous things.
For such frivolous things. And, Nikki, if we too had gains that weren't realized yet, we could be doing this as well. Just lose a few investments, but also have investments that really take off that we haven't realized yet. We could also avoid taxes and we could also be millionaires just like Jeff. We just need the capital to get started.
We just need someone to invest at our very beginning point.
Yep.
And who knows what we could get.
We need an angel investor.
The Riot isn't all bad, but this is the worst of the Riot. RadioU.
Something that struck me over the weekend is we all have our own struggles, right? Even the best of us, like we were just talking about Jeff Bezos. You think Jeff Bezos doesn't have like things he's wrestling with in his mind?
Now, he might have a crew of people to help.
He might, yes.
But you're still wrestling.
Yeah, you still have your thoughts that you kind of are that throw you for a loop that you're dealing with, no matter how good you have things like financially and stuff like that. Everything might seem all great on the surface, but we're all dealing with stuff. And for a lot of us, we tend to we just spend a lot of our time in the day not focusing on how we can fix those issues, but kind of escaping from them. I mean, Nikki was spending hours this weekend watching a guy clean rugs.
Did you just throw me out there?
I just threw you out. Yeah.
It made me happy.
If you your other issues, Nikki, it's because you're spending too much time watching rug cleaning
on
and
YouTube.
You're not working. You're not working on yourself.
Well, we all find enjoyment sometimes in certain things, and that can help distract from, everything that's going on.
No, yeah, we all need our relaxation. We need our leisure time. We need our mindless TV and whatever. But that shouldn't all come at the expense of not spending time working on the issues you're having. You're like, I have all this stuff going on, and I don't know why these things keep happening to me. Maybe it's because you need to take some time and figure out. And you might be thinking, because I think this is where a lot of us get caught up is, well, I spent a little bit of time thinking about it. I can't find an answer. I don't know what to do. So I guess I just, if I just forget about it, maybe nothing will happen. And that's where you're wrong, though. You don't have to handle the problem on your own. There is an answer to whatever it is you're dealing with. And it starts with Jesus, because Jesus sees the problems that we're all experiencing, that from the most private to the stuff that everybody on your Facebook feed and Twitter feed knows about if they follow you.
About.
Right. There are solutions to the issues, and Jesus understands it. Jesus sees what you're dealing with, and it's not even a thing where you just have to sit down necessarily and spend like 5 hours just sitting there in silence, seeing what Jesus will say. Maybe sometimes that will help. I don't know. But what I am saying is, don't just say, well, I've got no solutions. I guess I'm just going to watch TikTok. Take a moment and start talking to God. Say, Jesus, can you help me with this? And let God have a moment of your life to see what he says, to see how he can help you with that and see if it doesn't make things better. It's kind of weird at first if you've never done it before, but you give it a few times and all of a sudden, I think you'll see that things start to work out a little better. God starts to work with you and you start to understand stuff. And if you're ready for that, again, it's as simple as just taking a moment, taking a few minutes, a break from everything else, and letting God have some space in your life.
Everything you love about the Riot, plus a handy-dandy fast-forward option. This is the Worst of the Riot podcast.
We got a text in from Todd.
Good morning, Todd.
Who demands a follow-up on a story from potentially, was it 2 weeks ago now or a week and a half? It was a while.
Maybe
wasn't it?
last week, but I mean, Todd didn't demand. Just in case you're going
he
by
asked.
Hudson.
He inquired.
He said, I think quite nicely, he's like, hi, hey, did Chris ever find his mug? We were talking about Chris, who's our engineer here. He put up a wanted help find sign because
like he was missing his dog, but it's for a coffee mug.
He's missing one of his favorite coffee mugs. It was like this Christmas tree or Christmas teddy bear sort of thing.
Yes.
And when you're hearing it described like that, you're probably like, well, I'm glad it's gone. But you don't understand. Like, it was a very cute mug and he liked it, but we don't know where it went. And so he put up a sign to let staff members know.
Yep.
But Todd, I'm afraid that no one has come forward.
Yep.
With any information yet on did they break the mug, steal the mug, or did it just get lost somehow?
Yeah, I really feel that the odds are that it was broken and nobody knew that it was Chris. Like whoever broke it didn't know it was Chris's, or maybe they felt too guilty and they thought they could just cover up the crime. He wouldn't notice such an ugly mug getting broken.
No one must like this mug.
Right.
Well,
I did him a favor.
Shame on all you guys. All of the mugs most of us keep here are pretty ugly. Yeah. It's like your leftover
Why did Chris's
mugs.
get the special treatment?
His just needed to be, like, his meant more, so he should have taken better care of it.
That's a good point. That's a good point. They're often sitting out on the counter. You're asking for him to get broken.
So, Todd, I'm afraid the answer is no. There's no update. It's still missing.
We're going to have to, Chris's phone number is actually on the thing, but I might want to take a picture and just post the picture with the phone number cut off.
Now, Nick just texted, I sound guilty. Why do I sound guilty?
What?
It's got teddy bears on it. Why would I break a teddy bear mug? I love bears.
That's true. You do love bears.
And I wouldn't steal it because Chris would just find out.
But you love it so much you had to take it for your own?
No.
Or if I can't have it, nobody can?
Oh my gosh, it does sound like that.
It does sound like you're covering it up now.
So Nick said, because I said it was Chris's fault. No, just said he had a special mug. Because again, a lot of us bring in that B and C, like the second and third tier of our
Even
mug
though
collection.
all of us being here so early, we probably get more use out of our coffee mugs here than we do the ones at home.
Yeah, exactly.
But maybe that's like you use the ones you don't like as much and then it goes bad quicker. It fades more.
I'm sorry to say, though, that the bear mug is still missing.
Yeah.
But maybe if he offered a reward, like a money reward, then someone would come
now
forward.
It really sounds like you're guilty, Nikki.
Does it?
The worst of the riot is over, but the fun can keep going.
Hey, I saw you checking out my goods.
Check the Riot blog or stalk us on social media.
You want to sample them? A little try before you buy, huh?
Through riot.radiou.com.